Hello, everybody, and welcome to United Realm. I'm Ashwin Kumar, and this is your Manchester United transfer news. We've got a lot to discuss, so let's go. First is Ronaldo's swap deal with Paul Pogba. Apparently, Allegri doesn't want Ronaldo at Juventus next season. We'll talk about that. Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid has been linked to Manchester United for a 40 million deal, and Jadon Sancho update as well. So before we get into the transfer news, Chelsea won the Champions League. Who would have thought Chelsea to win the Champions League? As a United fan, I'm happy that City didn't win it. But if you compare the two teams, I think City deserve it. But look, in the final, Chelsea played much better. So Chelsea right now are the best team in the world because last season we told that Bayern Munich are the best team in the world because they won the Champions League. So it wouldn't be right if we don't say Chelsea are the best team in the world, and that's the problem for me as well. Because look, last season we finished third in the league and Chelsea finished fourth. Both the clubs finished at the same points. We were at the same level, and then Chelsea went backed Frank Lampard. He couldn't get the results, so they sacked him. But on the other hand, and then they got in Thomas Tuchel. Look, the Frank Lampard sacking. I was surprised that they sacked Lampard. I didn't. I At that point of time, I didn't think it was the right decision. According to me, the right thing was to back Lampard because he had done well in their first season, and then he did well in Derby County as well, considering he's also their club legend. I thought it was a little. They should have backed him at least till the end of the season, but look at them. They backed him first. He didn't deliver. They sacked him and then got in Thomas Tuchel, and now they went on to win the Champions League. But on the other hand, you look at Manchester United. We were the same level as Chelsea last season. But here we are. Yes, we finished second, but we went and bottled the Europa League. We got knocked out of the Champions League and went and bottled the Europa League final against Villarreal. Not good enough because look, I'm not only out. I'm only in. Let me get that straight. I think we should back Solskjaer. He deserves his new contract rightly, and I definitely think we need to back Solskjaer because look. At Manchester United, all we hear is a future project. Trust the process. It's a 3 or 4 year process. That's the story we have been sold by Woodward and the Manchester United board and the Glazers as well. But on the other hand, you look at Chelsea. In one season, we were at the same level, and in one season, Chelsea went on to win the Champions League. Leicester were almost getting relegated, and in the next season, they went on to win the Premier League. Just that happened out of the blue. Nobody expected that, but can United do that? No, I don't think so. I don't think United. Yes, we're much closer to what actually other people think or the rival fans think. I think we are in the right path, and that's why I want Solskjaer to get backed. Chelsea are the prime example. At the same level with United, spend, back the manager. He didn't deliver, sack him, bring in a new one, and in 1 year's time, they went on to win the Champions League. I don't think United can win the Premier League with the current owners we have right now. Apparently, we have 150 million net spend to spend this season. But the problem is, look, I have rival fans coming at me and telling that United spent 1 billion since Sir Alex Ferguson left, and that's exactly my point. You give that 1 billion to Man City or Chelsea, they'd spend it much better. And if we had the owners of Man City or Chelsea, we probably would have won Premier League titles by spending that 1 billion. But no, we've got the Glazers, and they are the only owners who milk money out of their club. They pay dividends from our money from the club. They take money out of the club, and that's why Glazers need to go. And I don't think the protests and all were fantastic, but I don't think it needs to stop. It has gone very quiet right now with the Glazers movement, and that's the issue. That 150 million, if that 1 billion which we spent, like I said, we should have won titles with that, but we didn't because of our incompetent board. The members of the board, be it Ed Woodward and the Glazers don't even care about the club, and Ed Woodward is the one who spends that money, and he is a bank manager. He is a bank manager, and you've got people, non-related football people at the club who run the club. And now Ed Woodward is leaving at the end of the summer. He will be leaving now. Apparently we've got a director of football. We'll have to see what they do. But the problem is the chief negotiator is still Matt Judge. And I think the process will still be slow. I want United to go and win the title next season. How can we do that? We can definitely do it. We're a lot closer. Look, it's going to be very hard. And I think next season is going to be a reality check. Because Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City, yes, we finished above Chelsea and Liverpool. But they are a better team than Manchester United, to be honest. City ran away with the title. Liverpool would have definitely finished much better than what higher than us if they didn't have the injuries they had. And Chelsea went on to win the Champions League. And these three clubs are going to spend in this summer big. And they will be there next season as well. Van Dijk will be there next season with Liverpool. Chelsea always back their manager. City will spend again. And they're much better than us already. We're going to fall down the pecking order. And that's going to cost Ole Gunnar Solskjaer his job. That 150 million, look, before we get into transfer news, that 150 million, we should sign Sancho for 80 million. You can get Trippier for 10 million as a backup to Wan-Bissaka. You can get a centre back in Rafael Varane for 60 million. I think we can get Varane for 50-55. But I'm going to take a higher label, 60 million for Varane or Jules Koundé. That's 150 million. And yes, I haven't solved the CDM position, but we have to get rid of one of the goalkeeper, whether it's David De Gea or Dean Henderson. I would personally sell Henderson. We can easily get 40 million for Henderson. 40 million for Henderson. We sell Lingard for 30 million. That's 70 million right there. Right there, 70 million just by selling two players. We have already spent 150 million, and 70 million you can get any CDM. Yes, apparently Declan Rice will cost 90 million from West Ham. Yes, he's a very good CDM and I think he'd be a perfect fit at United. But if West Ham are asking for 90 million, that's a joke. He's not worth 90 million. Like Maguire is a good player, but he's not worth 80 million. Rice is a good player, but he's not worth 90 million. I'd give him 60 million, 70. By selling these two players, we can get 70 million. And that's 4 players right there. And if we get those 4 players, we can challenge for the title. But I don't see us getting those 4 players. I think we'll get Sancho. Yes. I think we'll get Trippier as well. Yes. But I don't think we'll get Varane. I think he'll go to maybe Chelsea. And even I think Declan Rice will go to Chelsea. I don't think when other clubs want a player which United want, we always lose. And the past is an example. I don't need to give examples. You know it. You know how Manchester United run. In that 150 million, sell 2 players and you can get 4 players out of that. We need to get rid of the deadwood. Lingard needs to go. Andreas Pereira needs to go. Diego Dalot needs to go. That's 3 players there. Then Dean Henderson, one of the goalkeeper have to go. That's 4. Matic has to go. Mata has to go. I would even sell Daniel James. That's 7 players, deadwood, who aren't good enough. For different reasons, of course. Phil Jones needs to go. What's he still doing at the club? We even forget his existence. Phil Jones, and I'm sure Phil Jones will still be at the club next season. Romero will go. He's a free agent. He's going to go. We need to loan out a few players. We definitely need to sell 8 players, and those are the deadwood. They're not even the first teamers. I'm not selling Fred. I'm not selling McTominay. I'm not telling that we need to sell them. I think they'll be decent enough from the bench. But some of you might sell Fred, some of you might sell McTominay, but I'm not going to those levels. I'm still talking about the deadwood who don't even play for United now. Matic hardly played this season. He needs to go. He can't play another season. We saw this season was an example that he cannot play. He is a good CDM. He's the only CDM we have at the club. But he cannot play the whole season, so let's move him on. Mata, I think he has played his last game. That's 2. Pereira needs to go. Dalot needs to go. That's 4. Lingard will go. 5. These 5 players don't even play. They need to go. And we can easily spend 200 million, but I don't think United will. I think we'll get Pau Torres as a centre back. Yes, he's better than Lindelof. I don't think he's up to the mark of Ruben Diaz or Virgil van Dijk or even Rafael Varane. That's why bring the first choice signing with Solskjaer. Last season, Solskjaer wasn't backed. We went with the same team from last season and finished second +1 Edinson Cavani, which we signed as a free agent on the transfer deadline because he was available, and that was a risky signing at that time. I was against it that time, but we got lucky with Cavani signing, and you know it. But yes, let's get into transfer news. Ronaldo, Paul Pogba swap. Would you do it? I would actually do it. Look, I like Paul Pogba, but I don't think he'll sign a new contract, so I would move him on. We cannot lose Paul Pogba for free as a free agent twice. We lost him to Juventus when he left the club first, and now again we cannot afford to lose Paul Pogba again. And I don't see him signing a new contract. I would love it if he signs a new contract, but if I was in charge, I would have a talk with Pogba. I would ask him, are you gonna sign a new contract? If he says no, sell him this summer. But I think Pogba is gonna run his contract down. Raiola is a very clever guy. he's going to run his contract down because he's going to get more wages, more agent fees next summer when he goes out as a free agent. But I would definitely do a Paul Pogba and a Ronaldo swap. I want Cristiano Ronaldo back at the club. Yes, it's a dream. Yes, he's old right now, but he's still one of the best players in the world. I definitely want Ronaldo, but does that deal make sense? I don't think so, because we have kept Cavani. Keeping Cavani and Ronaldo doesn't really make a lot of sense. But if there was a chance of doing a Pogba Ronaldo swap, I would do it. I would definitely do it. Let me know if you guys would do it. But the problem with doing that as well is I don't trust United to replace Pogba. If Pogba leaves, we need to replace him. And I think Jack Grealish, there wouldn't be a better replacement than Jack Grealish. But I can't see whether Paul Pogba is leaving or not this summer. We need to sign a CDM. And if Pogba leaves, we need to get in another midfielder in Grealish or someone like that. And I don't think United are competent or the board is good enough to pull these deals off. That's the biggest problem. But if I was in charge and if there was a possibility of this swap, I would do it. Let me know what you guys would do with that. The second news is Saul Niguez is apparently interested in a move to Manchester United, and he would cost only around 40 million. And apparently he's gonna snub Juventus and PSG for Manchester United move. He wants to play in the Premier League. But I don't see us pulling this deal off. Yes, I like him, but I can't really think. I think it's a crap story. I don't think it's from the Daily Mirror, if I'm not wrong. I don't think they're reliable enough, and I don't see this deal happening. And the third news is the Jadon Sancho update. The personal terms have been agreed apparently. That happened last summer as well. So that's not much of an improvement or an update. But look, I think we'll sign Sancho. The only thing is that United need to pay the money, and I think 80 million in any transfer market, whether it's a COVID hit transfer market, whether there is a financial crash, Sancho is worth 80 million definitely. So I can see us signing Sancho. I can see us signing Trippier. I think United will sign 3 players, and the third I think will be Pau Torres. I don't think United will sign a CDM. So that's the biggest problem. You look at Chelsea last summer, same level, spend, back the manager, sack the manager, go on to win the Champions League. I want United to be ruthless like that. I wouldn't mind if United get them these 4 players: Sancho, Declan Rice, Trippier, and who am I missing? Varane. If we can get these 4 players, and if Solskjaer doesn't deliver, then sack him. Yes, I want Solskjaer to succeed at United. I want him to lift the Premier League title as our manager. But if you back him and he doesn't perform, sack him. But we didn't even back him last summer. And I don't think we're going to back him with the 4 signings he needs, with the first choice 4 signings. Look, spending money is a different debate, and getting the signings he wants is a different debate. I can spend 150 million and sign maybe Troy Deeney or someone like that. Sign 4 players, maybe even 5-6 players in 150 million, but it's not the players who we sign. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. And we definitely need 4 signings this summer to go and challenge, because Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea will be up for the title next season, and I want United to go as well. We're not as far as some of the rival fans think we are. But yes, there are holes in the first team which we can easily fill in 150 million plus selling 3 or 4 players. But I don't think United will be able to pull it off. So let me know what you guys think. We'll be back in the next episode very soon with another transfer news. And thanks for watching. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, do that good stuff. Follow us on Instagram, and I'll meet you all in the next one. Stay home, stay safe, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Till then, peace.